Welcome to part 2 of this amazing mini-series we're putting on for the duelist at Duel Academy USA. Welcome to part 2 of episode 1 of lectures. I am your humble professor, Proctor Wallace, and today we'll be going over the second option of the 5 structure decks that we here at Duel Academy USA offer our students when they come in and they don't have a deck. So without further ado, let's go over this deck, shall we? Today's deck is owned by one Jaden Yuki, a man who knew his cards well, loved them, and knew how to duel greatly, and honestly was the original Duel Academy's top student. Couldn't get any better. That being said, we have based a deck based on his archetype of the elemental heroes, and we're here to show you guys just how much the heroes of the school structure deck can be. So, as with last episode where we covered the mechanics, whatever we called it, maniacs, mechanics, whatever, today is Heroes of the School, and today, just as last time, we're starting with your extra deck, which has a combo of fusions, synchros, and exceeds. To start with your fusion monsters, you have a elemental hero, Flame Wingman, a classic. We have elemental hero, Tempest. We have Albion, the essence of vanity. And those are your fusion cards. For synchros, you have Gaia, Knight, the force of earth. High Speed Royd Shenbara. Stardust, Assault Warrior. And then for your Exceed, you have Gem Knight Pearl. As you can see, this is another deck that likes to play around with this extra deck quite a bit, and you're going to find out exactly how and why. For you see, the extra deck for this deck contains the heroes' final forms when they finally work together and become one to unite and fight the forces of evil. So, let's get in the main deck, shall we? Groovy. Now let's do this, shall we? First off, you're going to have one Elemental Clayman, one Elemental Bersertrix, one Elemental Sparkman, 2 Elemental Hero Bubbleman, 3 Elemental Hero Avion, and 2 Elemental Hero Alias. Let me tell you something. This group of heroes can help you out in a pinch. Trust me. So let's talk about them, since most of them are old monsters. We won't have to say too much, but we will give them the purpose. Alias, of course, is a monster that is treated as a normal monster, but becomes an effect in the graveyard, and it becomes a Neos in the graveyard. Elemental Hero Avion is a solid level 3 elemental hero monster with 1,000 attack, 1,000 defense. It's just basic, and it's the main bread and butter to 2 of your fusions. Elemental Hero Bubbleman has a very special effect that allows you not only to special summon it, but through that special summon, draw 2 cards. You have 1 Elemental Sparkman, and did I say you had 1 Burstinatrix? I think so, didn't I? No. Yes, I did. I didn't do that here. That's okay. We have 1 Burstinatrix, and finally, last but not least, 1 Elemental Hero Clayman. All of these cards work together to make your monsters work. Most of them are normal monsters. There's 1 effect monster that's really not an effect monster until it hits the grave. Now comes the main meat and bone of the deck. These are the assistants that these guys have. These are the monsters that back these heroes up. Because let's face it, any hero could use some backup. Starting with 2 Colonel on the C-String. This bad boy allows you to summon up to 2 level 4 or lower warrior monsters with different names from your hand in defense position, allowing you to go into Gem Knight Pearl pretty easily and synchro summoning. Next up, you're running 2 Manticore of the Smashing. The effect is not the important part necessarily. It's more so the fact that these are simple, easy beaters to get on the field. We have Guard Dragon Justica, who is one of your tuners in the deck. We have Sunlit Sentinel. Why did I say split? Sunlit Sentinel. You can set this card from your hand to your spell or trap zone as a spell, which return during your standby phase of the next turn after this set card was destroyed at the graveyard. You can special summon it and destroy all cards your opponent controls in this card's column. Great removal, good attack stats, and really good effect. Then we have Gilasaurus, which is a good special summon from your hand, and yeah, it's awesome. Kitsune Kitsubiri. All face monsters in the field become fire. If your opponent has a fire monster on the field or in their graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, you special summon this card. You can only use this effect of Kitsune once. Basically, it keeps itself on the field for free. Next up, we have Nomadic Force, which is a good piece of removal. Mental Tuner is another one of your synchros, and it allows you to do some graveyard manipulation. Noble Knight Jones got good stats and is great as a beater. We have the Mysterious Puppeteer, who has like a effect where if another monster is normal or flip summoned, it gains 500 attack. Photon Thrasher, special summon from your hand by controlling no monsters, and yeah. Lastly, Silent Wolf Kalupo, which has a very complex effect to go talk over, but I will do so. If this card is no more special summon, equip the top card of your deck to this card. It's face down, equip spell. If you give it 500 attack during the end phase, your opponent calls for a type of monster, spell, trap, or monster of that equipped card by this card's effect. If the card is called right, send this card to the graveyard. If they called it wrong, discard one random card from your opponent's hand. If you do, return this card to your hand. You can only use the effect of Silent Wolf Kalupo once per turn. Honestly, it's just good stat line, and the effect can be very situational, but worth it. That being said, now we move on to the spells. Because, ooh, that spell! So first off, we have Guarded Treasure. Good draw power, in my opinion. Yellow Luster Shield allows you to buff the defenses up if you need to. We have, how many polys? One polymerization, and a fusion gate, and a fusion substitute. So you have multiple ways to fusion to your heroes. We have a land flipping, which is good removal. That wacky magic, good removal and attack boost. Fusion recycling plan allows you to add polymerization to your hand if you need to. Top share is a good way to thin out your deck. Back to the front is a good way to flood your field. Shooting Star is a way to keep that one Stardust monster out easily. Expandable Die is a great tribute and destroy. This Jar of Generosity is good for returning cards to the deck. We've already seen the Great Noble version in last episode, thus we'll skip. Smiling Potion is if the opponent controls a monster, they lose attack. Repulsory Evacuation Device is another classic card we covered in the last episode. We have Hatsuguni, which is good for deck manipulation. We have Bottomless Trap Hole. We've gone over that before. Next up, we have Double Dust Tornado Twins. We've gone over that yesterday. And today, the last card we need to go over is Trap Tracks, which allows you to have some deck manipulation while also keeping your field nice and stacked. This hero deck is built to show those aspiring to be the good guys in this world how easy it can be, even with the lowest of support. That being said, this has been part 2 of this multi-part episode 1 to Introduction to Duel, done by the Duel Academy U.S.A. This has been your Proctor Wallace, and I will see you guys in the next episode, and hopefully maybe we can bring it inside, because this summer heat is killer on a man. And as long as you keep watching, the school keep paying me, and I will always have a job. Keep dueling, kiddos.